So your wahala is to survive Israel living prayer answered. You have what it takes to survive 100%. You have your hands, you have your legs. And what we mean by surviving is that there's a food on your table and there's a cloth on your back, there's a roof over your head. So you are surviving. So once you are surviving, the next thing to do is start thinking significant legacy succession plan. And one of the best way to do that is to connect with people that are moving in your interest in life. We call them mastermind mentors. What that service is called? Anybody you go to give you guidance, direction should have some level of experience. You have a system you can copy, a structure you can copy and modify and innovate. So without a structure, there is no future. And the person is supposed to teach you some level of millionaire skills. 10 or millionaire skills. These are the skills that once you learn them, you can make you a millionaire. Number one is problem solving skill. What does it called? So you can see number two is called leadership skill. What does it called? And everything rises and falls on leadership. Number three, people management skill. What does it called? Emotional intelligence skill. What does it called? These are the skills you need to build people. You need to build a team. You need to build an organization. Ambassador, okay. You need to build an organization like MTN, Glow, Etisalat, Montu Suite, What Beach Hotel. A skill you need to build a community, general community. Either a Christian community, a Muslim community, an entrepreneur community, an investment community. So a business family, tenor business family. So the family you build is more important than the one you came out from. That's the truth. So please, this particular relationship is called a significant relationship, or you call it a transformational relationship. What does it called? A transformational relationship. So it's a relationship of transformation, so that your life get better because you connect with people at higher frequency, and then your life gets improved, and people that connect to you get improved. So there are two relationships in life: people you need and people that need you. So it's one of the best ways to earn a fortune, tenor fortune. It's one of the best ways to earn residual income, tenor residual income. So you can see there are two factors here. There's a factor happening outside of you. There's a factor happening inside of you. Those factors happening outside of you, the sun, the moon, the weather, the naira, the dollar, your president, your governor, your senator, your father, your auntie, your uncle, those people, those things you see, you can't control them. Those things are called contributing factors. What does it called? Contributing factors, or we call them objectives. So the factor that is responsible for your success, this contributing factor can slow you down, no wahala. They can delay you, no wahala. They can also fast track your success. But what actually determines your success is happening inside of us. And we have two factors inside of us that are determining factors. We are positive and negative. We have a winner and a loser. So you have to focus on the positive factor. You have to ignore the negative factor. The positive factor you need to focus on is your faith, your vitality, your commitment to follow the process, your determination, your courage, of course, your vitality, your fidelity. These are the factors you need to focus on. The factors you need to ignore. Those negative factors, and those failures are fear, doubt, anger, bitterness, resentment, hatred, and you have to ignore them. Tell them about ignore the negative factor. So you are the most important factor. Once you improve, everything will improve. Once you grow, everything will grow. Once you move, once you get better on the inside, the outside, you cannot travel far within and remain still without. So they are the most important factor. Tell your neighbor, I am the most important factor. Turn to your neighbor, tell your neighbor, you are the most important factor. So on the journey of wealth creation, you are the most valuable asset. So we are talking about how we can get better every day. So we have a topic that says from excuses to affirmation. And today is part 2. From excuses to affirmation. From excuses to affirmation. Today is part 2. Part 2, and today is 12th of 11/2024. So, and we are looking at the subtitle. It says how to rewrite your story. How to rewrite your story. How to rewrite your story. All the stories in your life, you made them up. Good and bad stories, you made them up. The one that empowers you and the one that doesn't empower you. Mr. George, where are you? I saw something here, my marker. Where is Mr. George? He traveled. Okay, that's a good one. So we have about 6 outlines. We have 6 outlines, so we needed to cover on this particular course. Okay. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, perfect. I was looking for you. You can think about this one too. Let's see this one. Hey, far better. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, thank you. Okay. This is good. Thank you. So we have these outlines and we need to cover them. So it's a course on the journey of wealth. Ah, okay. Let's see. Other than one is context for the concept. Context for the concept. Other than number two, we have here is the comfort zone. Excuses the comfort zone. Excuses comfort a lot of people. And number three, excuses as a blame game. As a blame game, nobody actually succeed and win the blame game and win the life game. You're writing your story. Okay. You're writing your story. Okay. Number five, from excuses to affirmation. From excuses to affirmation. Okay. Number six, we have here, let God be true and every man a liar. Okay. Let God be true and every man a liar. Okay. So yesterday we started telling us that excuses is an allegation against God because when God, you are trying to tell God, God did not give you all you needed to succeed. So we look at that from the beginning because from the fall of man, what happened between Adam and Eve, because they made excuses to justify and give reasons for what they did. And the book of Genesis is just a book of beginning of a lot of things. So, and the God Lord said to Abraham, um, said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And Lord said, who told you that you was naked? And he said, I eated the fruit where thou have commanded thee, thou shouldn't eat. And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to me. She quickly blamed God. I wouldn't have eaten the fruit, even though for the woman where you give me. And to be with me, and she gave me of a tree, and I did eat. And the Lord God said unto the woman, what is thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpents beguiled me, and I did eat. So when God confronted Adam and Eve, they immediately make excuses for their behavior. They blame Adam, blame his wife, and the wife blame serpent. So, however, when you carefully read it, it simply shows that they actually blame God. They have this self-justification and excuse as a fig leaf that can never cover the shame of economic nakedness. For all of us that are entrepreneurs today, when you give excuses and justify yourself, you can never cover the shame of your economic nakedness. So the book of Genesis is not just the origin of everything, but it's actually showing us fundamentally many people fail to take responsibility for their conditions and positions in life. Rather, they seek to justify their conditions and position by complaining and blaming others. And the big challenge is that every excuse is an allegation against God. Why? Because God has we are giving excuses why you are not become what you are designed and destined to become. You are giving excuse why you have not done the things which you have equipped, you are anointed and assigned to do. And then also, you are also giving an excuse for not taking territories and domain which you are actually designated to take. So that's what we looked at on the context for the concept. So yesterday we now went ahead to talk about excuses as a comfort zone. And we said something very interesting that we said that excuses are comfort people when they face with the pains of regret. Why? The pain of regret is one of the most painful emotions because you can never change what the incident that passed before. So it's a big pain that comfort people simply to comfort themselves by giving excuse and justifying a set of credible reasons why they are not able to seize the opportunities available to them, take the particular actions which they ought to take, and also take a particular course that would have taken them out of financial struggle to financial abundance. So get out of this excuses business to accept full responsibility for your positions and conditions in life. It's very important because when you assume 100% responsibility, you have the power to change and make difference and create a better outcome. So you will never become the person which you ought to become, do the things you are supposed to do, and have the things you're supposed to have. If you still blame someone else, if you still blame something else, and you have legitimate reasons for not possessing what you are designed and destined to possess. So accepting 100% responsibility is also a space where I've been the scenes is the only way to change your financial state, to change your conditions and your position. That's why we stopped yesterday. Yes or yes? Yes, sir. So we need to have concluded this comfort zone. The first one is that excuses comfort. That's the first one. We discussed that one yesterday. That excuses comfort. The comfort, number two, this one I did not give yesterday. Let me give number two today. Excuses, cushion, that is cushion, excuses, cushion. Excuses, cushion, the impact of failure. That is, it reduces the impact of failure because failure hurts. Excuses cushion. That is, it reduces the impact of failure. Excuses caution. That is the caution, CUSHION. So excuses caution the impact of failure because failure hurts. Failure is really painful. So one of the best way people don't feel the impact of failure as it may seem is because they try to give excuse that reduces the impact of failure. So apart from that, the excuses comfort. Excuses also reduces the impact of failure. Number 3, on excuses. So let's leave before we leave the comfort zone. Number 3, excuses are an auto defense mechanism. Excuses are auto defense mechanism. So it's auto defense mechanism. So auto defense mechanism to protect people from pains of shame. Excuses are an auto defense mechanism to protect people from the pain of shame. So I'm giving you reasons why people give excuse. Excuses comfort. It's a thing will just make you feel that you are not going to. It's not you now. It's the economy. You know, there's somebody that keep on blaming the economy around me. I'm not happy with it because each time I tell the person, see, economy is a contributing factor. He said, don't you know, as if it was bad now, we would have gotten money. That time, good luck, Jonathan. I used to have money, you know, but asking that time, good luck, Jonathan, what did you actually create for yourself? Nothing. Nothing. Just looking for excuse not to take action that needed for him to take. So excuses is not as a comfort zone. It's also a cushion to reduce pain and also as auto mechanism to defend and protect. Auto mechanism to protect us from the shame of pain of shame. And then number 4, excuses are a shield of defense to protect the lie we told ourselves. So as many lies you told yourself, I'm not from Dangote family, that's why I'm struggling. I'm not from Elon Musk family, that's why things are not working for me. So all those lies you told yourself, you're going to be 10 lies very, very soon. So excuses are a shield of defense to protect the lies we told ourselves. So the lies we told ourselves, excuses excuses are the shield of defense to protect the lie we told ourselves. So it's not just it's a shield of defense. It's a shield of defense to protect the lie we told ourselves. So excuses happen. The comfort zone makes 4 things happen there. It comforts you, it reduces the pain, it makes auto mechanism, and also protect your lies. Auto mechanism to protect the lies we told ourselves. So that is what happened when someone gives an excuse. It's not just as a comfort, but also as a means of reducing the pain, also auto mechanism to actually make you not to feel the pain of shame, and also to protect the lies. It protects the lies we told ourselves. It also makes you not to read the pain of shame. So that's what excuses does. So let's go to the blame game. Please write it like this on your notes. Excuses and the blame game. Excuses and the blame game. So that's how I want it to be. Excuse and the blame game, because a blame game is an excuse. It's not my fault. It's the woman he gave to me. It's not my fault. Joseph had the same opportunity to give excuse. But you actually rewrite his story, which I'm going to discuss today or tomorrow. So let's see how far we can go. Joseph rewrites his own story. Christ writes his own story. So you need to write your own story. That's the stories you write about yourself is as strong because you made them up. I'm going to discuss all those ones. You can say that anything you told yourself, you made them up and you believe in them. So let's look at 10 reasons, 10 lists. Okay, write it like this on your note. 10 lists of reasons or lies we told ourselves. 10 lists or reasons. 10 lists of reasons. 10 lists of reasons or lie we told ourselves. 10 lists of reasons or lie we told ourselves. So number 1 blame game people give is that I don't know how or where to start. The first lie is that I don't know where or how. Okay, I don't know how. Let's start from there. I don't know how or where to start. I don't know how. I don't know how or where to start. It can't be like say, Mr. George, as go where to start. As go wash and finish. It's fine. I don't know how or where to start. You're asking somebody right now, why are you poor? Why are you not having the money to buy the car? You say you buy. Why are you not having money to build the house? Why are you not having the money to build hospital, to give free medical care? Why are you not having the money to support the project? Why are you not having the money to pay a house rent? Why are you not having money to pay your children's school fees? Why are you not having money to give your children the best education money can afford? You say, I don't know how or where to start. That is the first excuse. Now write this down under this number one. It sounds reasonable and credible, but it's protecting or shielding a lie. People tell themselves. It sounds reasonable and credible. I don't know how to start. I don't know where to start. It sounds reasonable and credible, but it's protecting or shielding a lie. People tell themselves. It sounds very logical. It sounds very, very, very credible. It sounds reasonable and credible, but it's protecting or shielding a lie. People tell themselves. It sounds reasonable and credible, but it's protecting a lie. It's protecting and shielding a lie. People tell themselves. It's a very big pity that you see someone that give you a set of credible reasons. It sounds credible. It sounds reasonable and credible, but reasonable, it sounds reasonable and credible but it's protecting and shielding a lie. People tell themselves. So that's one thing when somebody tells you, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to start. It's just shielding and protecting a lie. They tell themselves. Another point here, I don't know how and where to start, is that it means that I have not studied, learn exactly how and where to start. That's what it simply means. It means that I have not studied, learn exactly how and where to start. That's what it simply means. It means that I have not studied, learn exactly how and where to start. That's what it simply means. So if you actually know that you don't know how, is it not a better reason to say, okay, let me go and study, let me go and learn? But they don't want to take that steps of action. So it means that I've not studied, learn exactly how and where to start. So it is not a good excuse for not starting. It's not a good for not starting. Ignorance is okay, but willful ignorance is not okay. Ignorance is okay that you don't know. Now that you don't know, now that you know that you don't know, what stops from taking action to study to learn? Because learning gives you everything in life. I want to have 6 pass, go and learn. I want to be a doctor, go and learn. I want to be a carpenter, go and learn. I want to be an astronaut, go and learn. I want to be a tailor, go and learn. So learning simply gives you whatever you want. Since you know, I don't know how and where. So ignorance is okay, but willful ignorance, now that you know that you don't know. So what's stopping from taking the action to learn? So when you accept that you don't know something, you can go around finding out exactly how to do it. So what is accept I don't know? So go around, find out, study, learn exactly how to do it. That's number one big excuse. 10 list of reasons and lies we told ourselves. Number one is that I don't know how and where to start to make this millions of naira, build a community, a team. Since you say you don't know, what's stopped from reading, study to know how? Number two big excuse you see is that I don't have any help. People always tell you this. I don't have any help. Nobody's helping me. Nobody's supporting me. They find reason to be angry. I send prospect to the office. You do not attend to my prospect. You didn't help me put 2 people for me. 3 people, 4. Let me make money. You didn't help me sell my product. You didn't help me because you didn't. It's just you're gonna hurt yourself. See, I don't have any help. Very, very big excuse. You find this among the poor people. I don't have any help. But I'll show you how to write your story anyway. So you know that actually there's nothing you can interpret the meaning of your story in a way that empowers you. I'm going to show you how to do that. Number 3 excuse people have is that I don't have money. That's what they tell you. I don't have money. That's what they tell you. Another excuse that I don't have the money. I don't have money. I don't have money to do this. I don't have the money to do that. I don't have the money. So, and I don't have the time. Number 4 excuse, I don't have the time. I don't have the time. Nobody have time. We create time because everybody have 24 hours. So for you to actually do anything within that 24 hours, you have to create the time. I don't have the energy. Number 5 excuse. I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy. Another excuse people give. I got hot along the way. I got hot. I got hot along the way. Along the way. So I was offended. I was offended with my father. I was offended with my mother. I was offended with the country. I was offended with my team leader. I was offended with my director. I was offended with my wife. I was offended with my husband. I was offended. I was offended. I got hurt. My fingers got burnt. It's painful. It's actually I've fallen many times. I don't want to stand again. I'm healing. I'm recovering. I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to try again. I don't want to give it another chance. It sounds a set of credible reasons, and it sounds so interesting to see people tell you, I don't want to try again. That's why I like watching boxing. I like watching wrestling when I used to watch, but now I don't have time for television anymore. Why I like those things is because you see a man, they beat him down, he pick up himself. A man says, it doesn't matter how many times you fall, what really counts is how many times you reason up. So to face your future, because life was not meant to be easy, you are meant to be stronger. Say, I was meant to be stronger. So, I am stronger. You have to be strong emotionally, spiritually, financially, because hard times actually create strong men. Strong men actually create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. When you are weak, things will be hard for you. So you have to be strong. Say, I'm strong. No, tell your neighbor, I'm a success. So, I'm a millionaire. Don't worry, I'm going to move you to where you say, I am, to I can, to I will. And we're going to discuss all those things in this class. All right. That's when we come to rewriting your story from excuse to affirmation, because you need to start telling yourself. If you say you can, you are correct. If you say you can't, you are also correct. So stop telling yourself, I can't, I don't. I'm going to discuss all those ones. So let's get to see number 7. I am not worthy. And number 7, I am not worthy of success. I'm not worthy of millions of naira. I'm not worthy to be great in life. I've seen people, there was the first time I wanted to help some people travel. A lot of people come to me and say, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of traveling outside Nigeria. I don't think it's for people like us. People like us, we don't travel. People like us, we don't buy car. People like us, in fact, there was a time we had a dinner and we offered some people opportunities. So we said, don't worry about it. We are not worthy to come to dinner. It's not for people like us. So they put a limit on their life. They put a glass ceiling on their life. So these are wonderful, logical set of reasoning and excuses, credible reasons. So why people don't make it in life. Some people tell you, I have enemies and critics. That's why I'm not successful. I have enemies. I have enemies. And that's how can you say you have bad things and critics. Enemy and critics. In fact, yesterday when I was having my mastermind meeting, someone said that criticisms is deadly and correction is life. He said that critics are spectators, not players. I think it's right on your note. Critics are spectators and not players. Critics are spectators and not players. Write on your note, critics are spectators and not players. They tell you how Kanu Nwankwo did not play very well, how Messi did not play, how Ronaldo did not play well. They're all watching. They're not players. Players don't complain. So anybody that criticizes you is just watching. He's spectator, not a player. So that is why he's have the time to criticize. Criticism is pointing out people's flaws. So it's pointing out people's flaws. Correction is pointing out your potentials. Correction is pointing out your potentials. Criticism is pointing out your flaws, your weakness. Criticism is pointing out your flaws, and correction is pointing out your potentials. So criticism is deadly, correction is life. So you can see a lot of people that says, I don't want to. I've people that tell me, my neighbor says this thing will not work for me. My auntie says this will not work for me. One day, I asked a question, whose advice would you rather take? Advice of a wealthy man who wants to teach you to become wealthy, or a poor man who wants to advise you how to become wealthy? Of course, people cannot give what they don't have. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So don't use this as a problem, as a challenge that you have enemies and critics. Let me tell you to that. Let me something in life. Once you want to become a top leader, you're going to be the topic. So people will talk about you. There are people working against your blessings. There are people that are on the way who tell lies about you. And the truth matter is that if you're afraid of what people will say, I will shock you that they will always talk about it. You're in your house, they say you're in the house. You are going out, they say you go out too early. But that you say mouth must talk. So you must actually ignore these people. You actually ignore. You want to succeed in life, ignore what people say. After all, people's opinion don't pay your bills. Tell your neighbor. People's opinion don't pay your bills. That's the truth. So leave Christ alone. People will always talk. Leave talkative alone. They are spectators, not players. Tell your neighbor. Critics are spectators, not players. That is why you have to know that people that need to announce you. They say, I used to laugh at that woman, now you have succeeded. So that God will keep their life to tell your story. So please don't use these things as a yardstick not to take action. Among others, I say 10, among so many reasons why people give themselves, why they're not successful. Number 9, I have disability. I have disability. Disability. And there's a guy called Reverend Nick, without hands, he has it was without legs, just one toe. And the guy never gives reasons why he's not successful, married with children. So people that used to give excuses, I cannot walk, I cannot talk, I am shy, I am this, I am that. I will talk about, don't use negative things about yourself. Don't say don't say I have negative things. Don't ever say things you don't want to become true about your life. So but you are framing it, we'll come to all those ones. Don't ever affirm negative things. I don't. I have negative. I have sickness. No. You can feel it. You can feel sickness. You don't have negative things. Tell them, I have success.
I have success.
Don't ever say, I have failure. I'm disabled. Don't use those. I will come to affirmation. So we have to do a lot of work there. Because, see, your life will only produce to you what your mind accepts. Your life manifests what your mind accepts. So you are the sum total of the words you say about yourself. It's like pieces of words you say about yourself. So if you say negative words about yourself, you're going to put up together and give you a wonderful life. So you have to move from excuses to give yourself positive affirmations. You have to rewrite your story. You have to tell your story in a more powerful, empowering way. Because some of our stories are very bad. It's just disempowering us. It just not giving us any chance. No matter what anybody does, it's just putting water in a basket, it will never full. Number 10, but not the least, is the excuse that people give is that people don't like me. Write it down. People don't like me. People don't like me. Don't achieve things. I don't achieve things like that. People don't like me. People don't like me. People don't like me. How can you ever say people don't like you? People don't like me, and I can't achieve. And I can't achieve. I can't achieve things like that. I can't achieve things like that. Things like that. As I'm talking, I'm showing cars, trips, how we travel around the world. Somebody in his mind, something deep inside, tell him, you cannot achieve it, You cannot even achieve these things. He said, people don't like me, and I don't achieve things like that. I don't achieve things like that. Some people look at their background, history, family line, their environment, and concluded that they are not meant to be successful in life. It's very heartbreaking that someone will look at himself and say, we poor masses. How can you ever call yourself poor masses? You are not a poor masses. Please, you are a multi-millionaire. Say I'm a millionaire. Say I'm a champion. Say I'm a winner. These are the words you say to yourself that pumps you. It gives you energy to drive, give you energy to survive, give you energy to make it in life. Write it down on your notes. Each of these excuses are lies that we tell ourselves to justify our own conditions and positions. Full stop. Each of these excuses are lies. Each of these excuses are lies that we tell ourselves to justify our own conditions and position. Each of these excuses are big lies, very big one, big lies that we tell ourselves. So who told you? You told yourself. Man can talk to himself. Man is the only being that sits on 3 realms at the same time. You are a spiritual man that lives in a body that have a mind, seat of imagination, seat of consciousness. So each of these reasons are lies that we tell ourselves to justify our own conditions and positions in life. Full stop. We say a man that justifies himself, it's not my fault. Is it my fault that I was born to a broke home? Is it my fault that I didn't have money? I didn't go to school, so it's not my fault. Really? I didn't go to school. I was born with a silver spoon, so that is it. I cannot talk like you. Who told you I can talk? I learned it is a skill. Communication is a skill. It's not skill. I learned it. I learned it in my final year. That will tell you how bad it is. I could not have a girlfriend from first to final year in school because I had so many inferiority complex, so many things around me. But at some point, I told myself, boy, you have to actually wake up from sleep and slumber. In general, you must succeed. Great men are good communicators. Great men are good, of course, leaders. And leaders must communicate. They don't communicate. Either verbally or not, but you must be able to lead. You must have that that energy to take responsibility. So how do I say one day, oh boy, you have to take it there. So it's about taking the responsibility to learn the skill. Tell us skill. And so each of these 10 excuses are lies that we told ourselves to justify our own conditions and positions. Either with me, shall I? Don't write this one, but listen to me. If they were true, then that would be true for everyone, facing the same obstacles. But unfortunately, there are millions of people who pass through hurdles, obstacles to climb, who found a way and made it to work for them. So if you read the autobiography of outstanding achievers, you will discover that There are so many collection of life experience from their own story that you can learn from. Every life achiever, starting from David to Joseph to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was worse. You know why? He was born in a manger. None of us say was born in a manger. Were you born in a manger? Nobody was born where they feed sheep, and nobody was born where they feed cattle. Nobody here was born in a manger. So why are you complaining? Then they born you at least in a house. Even if you know the house, at least mud house. They born you for inside house. Yes or yes? People like us, they born us in general hospital. So imagine that. So how can you now tell me I will be now giving excuses? But Jesus Christ could not find a place inside the house. Joseph was worse. His father was a carpenter. Tell a carpenter. So, and then the guy was taken to Egypt when he was still small. Did they take you to Egypt when you were small? You see your life, you are still complaining. The guy was from Egypt. The guy's life was scattered. The guy had problems. The guy had, in fact, people laugh at him everywhere. But he never paid attention to critics. So some of these are inherited serious significant psychological, economic, of course, challenges that people face based on their background, where they live, the environment, to define themselves based on where they live. Where you live is called address. Then address. Who you are is called identity. Then identity. So don't allow your address to define your identity. Tell your neighbor, I am more than enough. All those excuses you give, my parents did not raise me well. I was raised in the wrong environment. I was exposed to wrong training. It's not my fault. Yet you want me to achieve something outstanding. Often, how can that be possible? So, and they have so many. If you listen to people's talk here, you know, sometimes you will read that. So they say, how can I make the marriage work? It's not my fault. The man is stupid. The woman is stupid. That see, as a man, could they hand over in leadership, give woman. The man is supposed to be the one to lead me. I say, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who even brought you to marriage? You're not supposed to find in the corridor of marriage at all. A man that cannot provide should not be in marriage. What are you still doing in marriage? You need to go and fix your financial life first. Fix it. Then fix it. Stop giving excuses. So men are supposed to give excuse. No excuse. Only women and children can give excuse now. How can you say you cannot give excuse? No. See, stand on your feet. Your feet was meant for you to stand on it. See, a child that is afraid to fall will never walk. What did I say? So you're supposed to fix your, as an entrepreneur. But I'm talking to entrepreneurs today. I'm talking to investors today. So it's your responsibility to learn about business. It's your responsibility about money. It's your responsibility to learn about investment. So failure to learn about it is not someone else's problem. So there are millions, write it down. There are millions who can testify. Write it down. There are millions who can testify. There are millions who can testify, that they found a way to overcome obstacles. There are millions who can testify. There are millions who can testify, that they found a way to overcome obstacles, break through barriers. There are millions who can testify. Even you, but all of you have overcome obstacles. There are millions who can testify that they found a way to overcome obstacles, break through barriers. Break through barriers to transcend expectations. There are millions who can testify that they found a way to overcome obstacles, break through barriers to transcend expectations, and go ahead and achieve what some people thought was impossible. Full stop. There are millions who can testify, that they found a way to overcome obstacles, break through barriers to transcend expectations, and go ahead and achieve what some people thought was impossible. There are millions who can testify, that they found a way to overcome obstacles, break through barriers to transcend expectations, and go ahead and achieve what some people thought was impossible. If somebody says you will not become great in life, it's a lie. I'm going to come to that. Let God be true, Amen be a lie. I'm going to show you how to rewrite your story. It's going to take me a whole lot of class because that's the next time I'm going to give you the background first. I'm going to say many background check. So we now help people yourself. So the background check of this writing your story. I have some minutes, 15 minutes more, but it's fine. So let's go to rewrite your story. Now the next outline is rewrite your story. Transcend expectations, and go ahead and achieve what some people thought was impossible. See, if you know how powerful you are, that's why you need trainings like this to empower you, to inspire you, to bring out the best out of you, to make you discover the God's giftings and talents embedded in you. So if you know how that you can write your story, before the end of this class, before the end of this section, you will finally realize that you can rewrite your own story, and in such a way that it will empower you to achieve all that men thought it was possible. And I want to achieve that because I want money to work for you. Money has to work for you, whether he likes it or not. Say amen. Money is a bad master and a loyal servant. So money has to serve you. Very loyal servant. I want money to serve you. Very loyal. Money is the most loyal servant in this world. Money can kill your enemies. Money can open doors where no man can shut. I'm telling you. Money is a loyal. You carry money, send me, you come back. Because of money, people will carry your case for head. Because of money, people will die for you. Because of money, people collect bullets for you. Because of money, money will make. I'm telling you, money is a very loyal servant. So I want money to serve you. You can enjoy. Money must serve you. So no, money must serve me.
Money must serve me.
Maybe you never experienced serving God with money is the best thing that can happen to you. Serving God with money, as you are sitting down, God say, put AC, buy Bible, buy tracts. Go, you will sponsor evangelism, sponsor missionary work. I'm telling you, people are in the mission are looking for your support. So that's why you cannot fail your generation. You must become resourceful to provide the resources they need in the mission field. So I'm a success. See, that's why legacy is easy when you have the liquid. It's called liquid. Money flows, cash flow. It's not cash flow. You must be on the right side of the quadrant for money to flow to you. Money flows from consumers to producer. Money flows from buyers to sellers. Tell them I'm a money magnet. You need to write your story. Let's get to work. Let's get to work right now. You're writing your story. Write it down on your note. You will never rise above the story you tell yourself. Write it down. Even though you have not written anything today, please write this one down. Bring your phone. Write it very clearly, very boldly. You will never rise above the story you tell yourself. You will never rise above the story you tell yourself. Full stop. Nobody has ever risen above the story he tells himself. If the reason is it's called lucky jump, I can tell you are coming back. You are coming back. Anything that jumps up, come down. Anything that grows up, stays up. So you need to grow. You can never rise above the story you tell yourself. Tell your neighbor. No, neighbor is not talking. Tell your neighbor. You can never rise above the story you tell yourself. I didn't mean the story someone tell about you. That one doesn't count. I didn't mean the story that your neighbor told about you. Even your pastor, the story your pastor told about you doesn't have a problem. Even your father, your mother, I'm telling you, the story you tell yourself is what counts. By the time we finish, I will show you that what people say, you allow people's story about yourself to become a reality when you accept them. But if you refuse to accept them, it will never happen to you. So write this down on your note very, very well. We have a story like a movie that we play. We have a story. All of us have a story like a movie. We play in our mind. We all have a story like a movie. We play in our mind that we made up to watch all the time. We have a story like a movie. We have a story. All of us have a story like a movie. We play in our mind, that we made up to watch all the time. We made up to watch all the time. We have a story like a movie in our mind. We have a story like a movie we play in our mind. We have a story like a movie we play in our mind that we made up to watch all the time. We have a story like a movie we play in our mind that we made up to watch all the time. You see that you say, oh, my life was bad. My life is going to play. Nobody's talking to you. You're talking to yourself. You're just imagining yourself. Things are not working for me. Economy is hard. I barely survive. Why will I go into millionaire school and not get this alert? Do all those stories you just make up in your mind and you're the one watching it. Mama, it will manifest in your life. That's the truth. So if that is real, then we have to make up a good story. We have to make up an empowering story because money must work for you. Say amen.
Amen.
For money to work for you, there's a way you think and feel about money. So I want you to have those powerful feelings about money, powerful ideas that create money. So money, for you to work for you, need to give yourself an empowering story. So don't write this down, but listen to me. Perhaps people will talk about unpleasant, painful, difficult, struggle, disadvantage, encounter, etc. in that story, and they will never rise above that story. Every negative, unproductive story needs to be changed. Write it down. Write this one down. Every negative, unproductive story needs to be changed for anyone to rise in life. Every negative, unproductive story needs to be changed for anyone to rise in life. Never you think people hate you. Never you think that. Every negative, unproductive story needs to be changed for anyone to rise in life. Every negative, unproductive story needs to be changed for anyone to rise in life. So how do you change it? Very, very important. How do you change your story? Okay, let's write it down. How do you change your story? Now, you cannot change the incident or the story, but you can change the meaning. You cannot change the incidents of the past or the story of the past, but you can change the meaning. You can change the meaning, full stop. You might not be able to change the story and the incident happened in the past, but you can change the meaning. You can change the meaning. The meaning can be changed. Very, very important. You might not be able to change the story. You cannot change the facts Cannot be able to change the incident, the epistle of David happened in the past, the incident, but you can change the meaning. Full stop. What it means to you, what it means for you, what they say about you. So I say you may not be able to change the fact, the incident, the epistle, the things that happened in the past, but you can change the meaning. Full stop. What it means to you, what it means for you. So what it means to you, what it means for you. You may not change the people that people thought that it was bad. You cannot change the thing that happened, but the meaning can be changed. That's how to change your story. Change the meaning. So people are meant for good. I'll show you how Joseph changed his story. Change the meaning. He told his brothers, people meant for bad, but God meant it for good. God actually sent me ahead of you to protect lives. So he changed the meaning. Christ changed the meaning. He said, God, forgive them for they don't know what they're doing. He changed the meaning. So the meaning of what happened to him was that they don't know what they're doing. Now you can imagine what the mindset. What a mindset of doing business. What a mindset of relating people. That people don't know what they're doing. In fact, let me tell you, sometimes I'll talk about it in this class. Something needs to pull you. Something needs to push you. Pressure is a push. Say no push. Criticism is a push. Now you know what see I'm like push. Change the meaning. See every negative talk about you as a push. Say no push. Somebody say you cannot succeed. That's the more push that you need to succeed. Right. You cannot make it. That's the more reason you make it. See as a push. See it like a challenge. Don't say, hey, they say I'm broke. They say I'm poor. You take it to your heart. No. I say you need to, rejection is part of, I'll talk about it. You have to wake up in the morning, eat rejection. Tell no rejection. Rejection. With a gym rejection. Tell no gym. With a gym rejection every morning. No worry. Rejection. It's a push. Tell no push. I want to talk about if you're not being pulled by your vision, by your ideas, by your passion, you'll be pushed by pressure. Tell no pressure. When financial pressure comes, you have to be pushed. So, write this down on your note. We always have the privilege to edit. We always have the privilege to edit. We always have the privilege to edit, rewrite. We always have the privilege to edit, rewrite, reward. That is, I don't mean, that is the thing that people say. Reward them. That is what people say. Rewards. We have the privilege, we always have the privilege to edit, rewrite, reward, and reinterpret the incidents in our lives. We always have the privilege to edit, rewrite, reward, and reinterpret all the incidents in our lives. So every incident people made bad for you, you can rewrite them. You have the privilege to rewrite them. And now is the time. But I need to do the foundation before I show you how to technically, logically, emotionally, spiritually rewrite your story. And you need to rewrite your story. Because some of you, the reason why you are not growing beyond a certain limit is because the story that you tell yourself, that actually limits you. You know, nobody's doing this. I've given you some excuses. I don't know how to start. I don't know where to start. I don't have help. I don't have money. I don't have time. I don't have energy. I don't have the. I got hurt along the way. I'm not worthy. Do. I have enemies. I have critics. You have to rewrite all the stories. You have to write the story. So we always have the privilege to edit, rewrite, reward, and reinterpret all the incidents in our lives. If you are with me, shall I? Okay, write this one. Your story needs to help you. Your story, my story needs to help me, empowers you. Your story needs to help you, empowers you, and promotes you instead of hurting you. Write it boldly on your notes. When we're running right anywhere from now, that your story needs to help you, empowers you, and promotes you instead of hurting you. So many stories we tell ourselves hurt us. You wake up in the morning being hurt. Hurt people, hurt others. You cannot give what you don't have. So your story needs to help you, empowers you, and promotes you instead of hurting you. Very, very important. So there are 3 key points I want to make here. 1, 2, and 3. Yes. Okay, 3. Down to 4, 5. 5 key points I want to make. Number 1, under rewriting your story. But we have not gotten there yet because I need to make it more practical. Number one, everyone has a story. Number 1, everyone has a story. Number 1, everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. Say your neighbor, neighbor.
Neighbor,
You have a story.
I have a story.
Whether you're born with a silver spoon or not, you have a story. So accept that fact that I have a story. One, accept that fact. Number two, everybody have a story. Write it down. Everyone has a story. Let me clean this so it's not getting us confused. Now, 5 points to put out to you so that when you know you have a story. Number two, everyone wrote it themselves. Everyone wrote it themselves. It shocked you. So now you write your story. Everyone wrote it themselves. Everyone wrote it themselves. It shocked you. So now you write them. I'll go show you. So all the story you tell yourself, you write them. And you make them up. So if you know, say, now you make them up, it's easy to make up another story. But if you don't know, say, now you make them up, these are circumstances, now people, now environment, now dollar, now naira, now president, now governor, now my environment, now then cost them, maybe me cost them. You know, you need to make all those credible, logical reasons that look smart, but it's actually an excuse. And excuses are the currency poor people used to buy failure. Tell anyone about excuses are the currency poor people used to buy failure. See, failure is bought. In case you don't know, what they used to buy failure in life is excuse. I'm telling you, I will show you to you very soon. Success is bought. Success is predictable. Today is not the class. Let's fire on. So I have a story. You have a story. You write a story, and we all wrote our story. So under we all wrote our story. Let me give you some things to actually give you some clues before we go to write our story. Let me give you some clues. So write it down. All our stories is going on in our mind. Write it down. All our story is going on in our mind. And immediately we accept it. We author it as a creator and architect of our own subjective experience. All our story is going on in our mind. Whether you're a good person or not, whether you feel loved or hated. All our story, all our story is going on in our mind. And immediately we accept it. We author it as a creator and architect of our subjective experience. All our story is going on in our mind. Whether you succeed in this business or not, whether you succeed in life or not, all our story is going on in our mind. And immediately we accept it. Come on. We author it as a creator and architect of our subjective experience. All our story is going on in our mind. All our story, whether you feel good or love, empowered or not, happy or not, all our story is going on in our mind. And immediately we accept it. Come on, we author it. That's what it means. As a creator. So we author it as a creator and architect of our subjective experience. So all the subjective experience, how you feel on the inside, you accepted it. That's why you are feeling that way. If you don't accept it, you don't feel that way. All our story is going on in our mind, and immediately we accept it. We author it as a creator and architect and change it. Write this down very, very boldly on your notes under this number 2 because you got 5 of them. So I want to give you 5 experience. So when you come to rewriting your story, I don't struggle. I don't want to struggle in this class at all. I want to be sure that when I come to the practical steps on rewriting your story, you're not telling me, okay, but it's not me. It's you that accepted it. So you need to rewrite it. There's a need to rewrite. You need to rewrite your story. Why I'm saying rewrite your story is because if you say you can, you are correct. You look at every great man. He said every war is fought and won before the battle started. Every war is fought and won before the battle started. That's the truth. So there's a feeling that leads to greatness. There's a feeling that leads to poverty. Write this down on your notes. Still in number 2, your subjective experience. Your subjective experience. What is happening inside of that means subjective. What is happening inside of you? Your subjective experience includes your interpretations and understanding of what's happened. Your subjective experience, how you feel on the inside. Your subjective experience includes your interpretations and understanding of what happened. Come on. Your subjective experience, whether you are feeling happy, hot, love, care about, whatever you feel on the inside. I don't want to know, but I want to tell you something that's very important. Those experiences you have inside of you, your subjective experience includes your interpretations, your own interpretation, not other people's, your own interpretations, and understanding of what happened. Come on. The lessons you have learned from your experience. Your subjective experience includes your interpretations and understanding of what happened. Come on. The lessons you learn from those experiences in life, and the conclusion you reach as a result of certain experiences in life. Full stop. Your subjective experience includes your interpretation and understanding. It includes your own interpretation and understanding of what happened. What happened is something else, but your interpretation about what happened is very important. Your subjective experience includes your interpretations and understanding of what happened, the lessons you learn from this experience in life, and the conclusion you reach as a result of those certain experiences in life. What happened is not a problem, but what was your interpretation? What was your understanding? What did you learn? And what's the conclusion you reach? It's going to matter a lot. So Joseph's brother meant it for bad, but actually interpreted it in another way. I'm going to read it for you very soon. I'm going to read so many stories and show you people that interpreted their lives experiences, and it was empowering to them. They are called Les Brown. Les Brown was a twin. People call him Daft, people call him Olodo, people call him names. And he had this delay in learning. I don't know, he got mental retardation or something they call it. So they don't quickly learn this, people that slowly learn in classes. So he feel bad to change it. Tell them, I know. I will change my story to an empowering story. To a wealth story. So your story depends on you. So question, who wrote the story you believe? That's the question. Let's go to number 3. Number 1, everyone has a story. Number 2, everyone wrote it themselves. Number 3, let's go to number 3. Your story either work for you or against you. Your story either work for you, work against you. I keep telling you this. The story I will give you today, before I get to the program, so let me just show you if I forget. Please make up this story for yourself. That wherever you find yourself, whether people are succeeding or not, that because you are there, you must succeed. Make up this story for yourself. Whether people are making it in life or not, whether people fail or not, whether you fail or succeed or not, but as you are there, you must succeed. Just know that you are the light of the world. That when light shines, darkness cannot comprehend it. So anyway you that is make up about yourself. That because I'm here. Because why I have that? Because you told yourself a story that Christ lives in me and is hope of my glory. Nothing matters in life. Business, people don't make profit. After you're in that business, profit must work. Marriage don't work for you. After you're in the marriage must work for you. I write a story about yourself. That in any condition, the wisdom of God lives in you. The excellency of God lives in you. You manifest the glory of God. Just make up some story about yourself. That people say this industry are not making it. Say, you are not making it, but I've had here that we must make it. Yes or yes? Make up this story for yourself. As you are there. They say, church, people are not coming to say, as far as I'm in the church, this must work. In the community, they say, as far as I am there, the presence of divinity. Because carrying your mortal being at divinity. Is that divinity? Divinity. Number 4. I don't know if I still have time. Let me check my time. Oh, my time is gone. Kai. There was something to go to my bed. Tomorrow. Say not tomorrow. Tomorrow, sir. So we are still laying foundation on the writing of. So I've not gotten to the main practical class. Say not practical. I'll get it tomorrow. Say not tomorrow. But let me just read a statement for you as a chapter. I will repeat it tomorrow, but let me just go about it. Genesis 45, 4-7. I'm not a pastor. Your church is enough. Tell me, my church is enough. I'm not a pastor. Genesis 45, 4-5. And he said, and Joseph said unto his brothers, come near me, come near to thee. He said, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. Now therefore, be not grieved, not angry with yourself, that you sold me hither. For God did set me before thee to preserve thy life. So Joseph was hated by his brother. Joseph was hated for his dreams. He was hated for his ambition. He was hated for his high and lofty aspiration. He was hated for the grace of God upon his life and the favor he found upon his father. He was the last brother. The wickedness of his brother, instead of protecting him, they hated him. But Joseph did not say the story, they hated him. He writes his story. He did not say, I was unfortunate. I am a victim of your own wickedness. I am aggrieved of your lies because you lied to my father. The animal ate me. Joseph reinterpreted his own painful, trauma, difficult incident in his life as God sending him as a means to preserve life. Joseph was like, my brothers, You are giving excuse for your wickedness, but you don't know those your excuses. Those your wickedness was a push and a pull into the pathway of my purpose in life. So tomorrow, I'm going to show you that pressures actually pushing you to the path of your purpose in life. Pressure. If you are not moved by inspiration, you move by desperation. So by tomorrow, I can't wait for tomorrow's class. So that you have to understand, whatever is happening to you now is certainly pushing you to the path. So whether you have money in your pocket or not, it's a push. It's not a push. I'm telling you. So you must interpret all these stories in a way that empowers, because the story you make about yourself is more important than what someone else has said about you. So tomorrow's class is going to be awesome. Tell awesome.
Awesome.
So does your story help you to become who God designed and destined you to become? Does your story help you to accomplish and fulfill purpose, your mission and your assignment in life? Does your story help you to possess your promises, take territories and dominate domains and industry? So this your story must help you to become, to do and have the things God has destined to have. Your story must work for you. Tell anyone about your story must work for you. That's why you see begging for the church card. Touch yourself, say, my story must work for me. Then I never again, I'm a success. Then I'm a millionaire. That's the best we can take to that. I wish we had all the luxury of time. I wish I had the luxury of time. I would have done so many justice to this, because I want to wake up. I wake up every morning, carry your shoulder high, even with that food in your stomach. I know that my story is working for me. So, and that's a good one. So, all the online community, please don't get involved in a business without a mentor. Please, you know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see us. See you tomorrow. See you at the top as you rewrite your story tomorrow. God bless you and have a wonderful day. For the rest of us here, I'm so happy that you are creating time to